should be live now. Just gonna set up in Discord, and then we can start weeks 5 and 6. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Okay, the audio sounds good. My mic broke earlier today. Well, not my mic itself, but like the headphone portion. So it's good to know that that works. I figured it would, but I wasn't entirely sure. Bada bing, bada boom. One second here. I'm just adding something to the announcement for the main Discord. Alright, boom. We should be ready to rock and roll. Got 2 games on the slate today, 2 weeks. Let's go Pokemon, Noob, and Boomy. How are we watching neither Cardinals game? I have no clue. I totally regret pointing out that both Cardinals games were winning. Because I figured people didn't really want to see them twice. But those were 2 really good games. I would especially be intrigued to see the Ravens now that they have Dak Prescott, and obviously the storylines with the Thunderbird game. So I very much regret saying that, and I apologize. I made a mistake. But we do have 2 good games nonetheless. The Week 5 game is the Chiefs and the Raiders. So we get to see Colbert live in action with his new team. I'm curious to watch the Raiders. And then the Chiefs as well. They've gotten off to a pretty solid start this year. And then Week 6, we have the Lions and the Steamers. Possible big battle for the NFC North unless Toronto can pick it up, which I think Toronto can, but as of right now, those 2 teams look like the best in that division. Think you might need some help with your crippling addiction to the show. I feel you. I would be, like, super addicted, but the rosters are still not working, and I really hope they fix that within the next day or 2, because I'm getting impatient. There are people who paid extra money to get that game early to play franchise, and they can't download rosters. It's not as bad for me because I still make money off the game by uploading content, but the people who pre-ordered it just wasted $15 or however much extra they paid. Siri, give me a number between 1 and 2. Siri picks 1. I think the Chiefs were the road team, so we'll use her them. First time watching them without IT, by the way. To get this dub, Lions. I'm curious to see how the Lions play and watched. I think we watched them a couple times last year. And Marlon Mack being injured certainly stirs things up. How many games are we watching? We were watching 2 games, a normal 2-week stream. But I was starting to think about that I'm not sure when we're going to do the hidden devs. I'm not going to show that today, but maybe next stream, possibly. Chiefs have no X Factor as well. The Raiders have Gregory Chance, Angry Beaver, and Zachy and Colbert. Raiders outnumber them in superstars, too. Free Eddie Small, by the way. Can someone please trade for him? I'm sick and tired of seeing Eddie Small on the bench. He's a good player. He's a good player. He just never gets to play. Or at least not this year. But this could be a big game for a wild card run. I assume we're probably going to win the AFC West. I mean, at least we should. But the other 3 AFC West teams are all wild card talent. I mean, the Chargers have been a little bit disappointing this year. The Raiders have been a little bit disappointing too, but I think they could pick it up. Colbert has not been the reason why they've been losing games. And the Chiefs are a pleasant surprise. Okay, my chat is like not working for some reason. I know there are messages being sent in. I refreshed it and now there's only like 1 message showing up. So hold on, let me try another account real quick. Let me see if it works there. Okay, it works a little bit more. Lucario is a super high asking price for Swall. I mean, as he should. Swall's a really good player, but if I needed a quarterback, I would be all over that. I would be all over that. Because he is quite a talented player. We want the T-Birds, we want the Ravens, Cardinals. Well, clearly not enough people did after I shared that we were going to watch them twice. I figured one of those games will get outvoted and not both of them. So again, I totally regret doing that. Because I think we're watching two good games today. Two interdivision games. Chiefs, Raiders, and Lions, Steamers are two good games. But Arizona and Toronto and Arizona and Baltimore will be really fun. Colbert had his good moments and his bad moments in watched games last year, but it's clear he's a good sim quarterback. So, who knows? Maybe he'll do some damage. What's good, SCP? Welcome, my guy.
Number 41, the ball carrier. He's tackled
How are we doing, Chief?
yard line.
No pun intended, since the Chiefs are playing. I did not try to make that joke. It just came out that way. Colbert showing off at like 35 short accuracy rating. Not giving up on the Chiefs just yet. I mean, the Chiefs could make a run as a wildcard team. I think the AFC is better than it was last year. I still wouldn't call it the better conference. Jeez, another bad throw. And if we have the inaccurate Colbert that we've seen a few times this year, you guys should probably win this game. How do you take players off of waivers? I think it's pending transactions. And it lists all the players who are on waivers. Your games are better. I'm not going to disagree. Especially since you guys have been probably the best team in the league through 4 weeks. The game put Adley Rutschman on waivers for no reason. Yeah, MLB The Show is the best of the major sports games, but they are arguably the dumbest when it comes to team building logic, which is hard to believe because Madden and 2K are pretty dumb. Madden and 2K I feel like are the dumber games, but MLB The Show is like dumber when it comes to like team building logic. Like MLB The Show's trading is horrendous. I didn't think it could get any worse than it was last year, and it's about 10 times worse than it was last year. I mean, the trading is unbelievably bad. You can get so many good players for pretty much a bag of chips.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
And MLB The Show just sometimes makes trades for the purpose of making trades. I've seen A potential prospects get traded for random C potential prospects all the time. But it's probably the funnest of the 3 major sports games. So there's that.
A pickup of 2 yards.
Is the guys who voted for the Chiefs and Lions... Well, actually, the Chiefs coach and the Lions coach are both here currently, ironically. But, yeah, people who switched their votes who didn't come, I would see why you would be annoyed by that.
Complete to number 18.
Should you work on your MLB The Show roster? I don't see why not, Chief. Might as well.
1st down, Kansas City.
You hate yeah, that was one of the things they preached that they improved. Like, I do like a few of the additions they added to franchise, specifically the depth chart feature, which I think is super cool. But they preached that the trade logic was better, which it's again, it was hard to do worse than they did in MLB The Show 20, and it somehow is worse. I literally don't get it. Madden is giving you heart attacks. The game started 3 minutes ago. Madden shouldn't be giving you heart attacks yet. If there's 3 minutes left, then maybe.
A gain of 1 yard. And a 1st down, Chiefs.
Gonna watch Jameis throw darts, I suppose. I mean, Jameis has been fine this year. I'm curious to see what he does in a watch game, especially without Marlon Mack. I think that'll be really interesting to see if the Lions can still hold up. Bo Bichette got traded for 260 overall C potential prospects. See what I mean? It's absurd. Good. Bo Bichette gets traded so much in that game. I literally do not get why. He gets traded in literally every franchise sim I've done. Every single one I know will be The Show 21. He gets traded by the end of the 2nd season. It's ridiculous. You could simulate 5 years into the future, and every team might have like 2 players who they had at the beginning.
1st down, Chiefs.
That damn Lamar accuracy is showing for Scooter. I mean, Scooter has some Lamar capabilities.
The ball carrier.
I mean, he's not as good. Scooter's better than Lamar in the OFL because Lamar sucks in this league. For whatever odd reason. But Scooter's been impressive this year. We've been a quarterback, and now that he finally got his shot, he's been pretty good. Scuda's supposed to start right away. Isaiah Thomas was never supposed to fall to the 3rd round because the Eagles really wanted him, and they never picked him, which was kind of weird. As the Chiefs do get the touchdown, it is, I think, Max Williams, probably. Scuda deserved to start sooner. I mean, Isaiah Thomas was always really good with the Chiefs. He wasn't spectacular last year. So I understand why they never made the change. But, yeah, Scuda's been a starting level quarterback since very early in his career. Now that he's gotten a shot, he's been quite good. Jay should have at least 2 of their young pieces in their core, Teoscar, Gurriel, and Vladi? Is that supposed to be Vladi? Who is VH? Blue Jays have a bright future. I mean, they're good now. They have a pretty good farm system. And we have a lot of good young players. So I feel like Toronto is like a sneaky team that people don't realize could be really good in a few years. But they could be really good in a few years. Never in my life would I suspect someone named Max with 2 X's. Yeah, I don't know why his parents gave him 2 X's. That's kind of weird. Have a bold theory that any draft you quarterback for the Cardinals would have succeeded. I mean, possibly. I don't know if it's a Smirnoff thing, or if it's a Cardinals playbook thing, or if it's the weapons around him. Probably not that one, because Madden isn't the smartest with that. But I really am curious to see, had you picked Riley Painter, if Painter would have been better, where Smirnoff would have been, and if he would have been worse, and how good the Cardinals would be. Guerrero, Bichette, Biggio, Nate, Lon Groshans, Woods, Richardson, and Manoa. Yeah, you guys have a ton of pitchers in the farm system. And most of your bats are up and playing well. I feel like your defense is holding the team back. I mean, you have talent on offense. To be good in this game, you need an elite running back, which the Chiefs don't have. I feel like having an elite running back is a bigger deal than having an elite quarterback, which is odd. But it's true in Madden Sim. The best teams are the teams with great running backs. You can have a 75 overall quarterback who happens to be good in Sim, but with running backs, it's totally based on ratings and depth. You need to have a high-rated running back who has at least, like, superstar depth. What's wrong with the Thunderbirds, though? I mean, they just started the year off poorly. They won last week, but I don't really know what exactly has been the issue. I mean, I guess the run game's been a little bit disappointing. Would have expected more out of Aaron Jones and Kareem Hunt, but I think they should rebound, but there are definitely teams I would pick ahead of them in the NFC, for sure. Kamara is a good example, because Kamara is quite good. Wanted to do the same thing with Scuda, like what you plan to do with Riddle. I wonder how Riddle would do out of New England, because that New England's playbook really benefits QBs, and obviously that offense was loaded. But on the flip side, the year after Phil Riddle leaves, they suck. And then the year after, they still suck. You do have running back depth, that's true. You have like 380-plus running backs, but none of them are great. And having like an elite running back in this game is a bigger deal than having depth. Having depth is nice, but I feel like you need an elite running back to have a really good offense. Danny is not a major leaguer, but the Jays say, nah, we think he is. Danny Jansen, you mean? God damn that, and I want to see counter now. Yeah, it seems like Ronald Jones is getting all the love. Chiefs up 7-0. Good start for the Kansas City Chiefs through 1. Rebound against the Cardinals. No way that happens. I mean, Toronto could just be pissed about what happened in the playoffs last year and just totally go guns a-blazing against Arizona. But the Cardinals, I think, are the best team in the league right now, and I don't think it's particularly close. I think the only team who's like anywhere near the Cardinals level right now is the Caps and maybe us. I don't even know if I would throw us up there right now. I think it's the Cardinals, the Caps, and everybody else. Barry says your backup. Yeah, and Madden, a backfield with just Alvin Kamara is better than one with Ronald Jones, James Conner, and Kenyon Drake. Whether that should be the case or not, that's kind of how it is. 4th and 2 at the 37. They got to go for it here, right? I mean, you're kind of in no man's land. They're gonna go. They're kicking the field goal. Yeah, this is really dumb. I would rather punt it than kick the field goal here. 54-yarder, not even close. Who is your freaking kicker? Jeez, that was not even close. He could have been 20 yards in, and that still could have been short. Because, I mean, it first bounced in the end zone, but it was lower than the goalpost for literally like 15 yards. Is Lawson at linebacker, and I don't know. They done lost to the Lions for crying out loud. I mean, Lions aren't half bad. Scuda launches a bomb for a wide open man. What was that coverage?
Touchdown, Kansas City.
Tack Shoddy, the rookie, with the touchdown. A nuke from Scuda Young. And the Chiefs are now up 14-0. Just a beauty from Scuda. And just awful defense by the Raiders. I mean, my goodness.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the extra point. His kick is good.
Cobert's just not great in watch games. I don't know why he's so much better in Sim.
Nothing.
I guess Madden logic. Madden ratings matter in watch games, but clearly they don't matter that much in Sim. Except for running backs. And I guess defensive linemen. But other than pass rushers and running backs, ratings don't mean jack diddly squat in Sim. For the most part.
The Raiders take over first down.
I guess having an elite quarterback helps, but even Zach Cobert, who's like a 60 overall, is still pretty good. Chiefs have a bunch of mean names. I mean, when your first round picks are Jaquelin Forrester and Tack Shoddy, that's what you're going to get. But then again, Jaquelin Forrester and Tack Shoddy probably the two best names out of anybody who was picked in the first round last year.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
I wonder what Tack Shoddy's dev is going to be. I could totally see FG just putting in a bunch of, like, superstar plus receivers. 3rd and 9. It's a screen for Bush. He gets nothing. The Chiefs could be up by 3 possessions. Now, the rule is we sim once it becomes a 3-score game. We don't sim until the start of the second half. So, keep that in mind.
Matt Weil in punt formation.
Yeah, I feel like the people who switched from the Cardinals game to this one are definitely kicking themselves right now. Where's little Jordan Humphrey? I have no clue what team he's on. I feel like he was on the Saints. I know he was on the Saints in real life, so that's probably why I'm thinking that. But here I have no clue. Difference between an 82 quarterback and a 70 quarterback isn't as much as having Mahomes, Wentz, or Smirnov and a good playbook. Playbook is the biggest deal for quarterbacks. Playbook matters more than rating, which is dumb. But it's true in this game. Scoot with a solid pass to the 26.
Complete to number 18. A gain of 19 yards.
Nice.
Kansas City. Ronald Jones, the ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now the Chiefs are getting boring again. Oh, what a move! Is that Ronald Jones, I think? Probably. That was a nice cut.
Pass complete to Ronald Jones.
Yeah, that was Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones making plays in the receiving game.
First down, Chiefs.
Don't get to see that too often. Tack Shoddy has 4 catches already for 117 yards. Good lord. There's a nice sack. Okay, Javon Hargrave. That's probably the first good play for the Raiders this entire game. Tack falling to you will be the best thing to happen in KC the past 3 seasons. You're probably right. I had no clue how he fell that far. I thought the Dolphins were going to pick him at like 4. I didn't realize RSV was going to go running back so early. Smirnov was the perfect quarterback for a vertical playbook. You are absolutely right. Alexei Smirnov was meant to launch bombs. As seen by the Hail Mary. Which I would love to remind Nick of, but it doesn't look like Nick is here at the moment. So I guess we'll have to remind the other Nick. But that's not as fun, because the other Nick is happy about it. 3rd and 5, another bomb from Scuda! What is this defense? Scuda is just launching bombs, and the Raiders are not covering anybody. At least that time they had a few safeties deep, but still. What on earth? Scuda Young is just taking shots downfield, and all of them are being caught. The Raiders had 2 defenders back there, but none of them played for the ball. They played to try to stop Kenyon Drake from scoring, which Kenyon Drake still scored. Jeez, the Raiders look awful right now. Okay, Kansas City's up like 35 before halftime, and maybe we will start to sim. Yeah, we should have watched the other game, guys. You all made a mistake. Who voted for this game? Whoever voted for this game is getting ratted out right now. Pepperjack, RSV, Nick, Scuda, Cobra, Ian, Lucario, Boomy, and IT. You guys are getting ratted out right now because you deserve it. This has been a disastrous game for the Raiders. They didn't even get mossed. The two safeties just had no clue what to do there. You're in gym class playing defense, and the way too rude person tried to go through you, and you bit your tongue, but you didn't bite any off, so that's good. Can people bite their tongue off? How do you do that? I mean, I guess if you bite it hard enough, part of it could go off. Nick didn't even. Well, Nick probably voted for this game and that one, because you can vote for 2 games. So no, the Nick I said was Nick the Thunderbirds. Who? Wait. Well, why would Nick vote for that game? Huh. I don't know why he would, but oh well. Because he wanted people to vote for his game and not this one, so I don't know why he voted for this one too. That's weird, but okay. Kansas City can make it 28-0 before halftime. Don't the Chiefs start with the ball too? The Raiders started on offense. So the Chiefs start the second half with the ball. My goodness. As they will not let me leave the replay screen, but we get to see Scooter launch some bombs on replay now. I guess that's fine. You never voted for this game? Oh. I must have. Did I do the wrong one? Huh. Must have read it wrong. Oh well. Totally didn't change it. I was wondering why the other game had more votes now. Totally didn't change it.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
I mean, it's not like this was supposed to be that game. I put it on the poll for a reason, but yeah, I did not expect it to be this much of a blowout this early. Out of the 6 people here who voted for this game, here, let me see who voted for it again. Boomy did originally. He's here. Pepperjack is not. RSV is not. Nick isn't. Scuda isn't. Cobra is. Cobra's the only one who's here. How ironic. So for the 7... and this is Cobra's team, so that's fine on him. But the 7 people who voted it and didn't here, you guys are getting ratted the heck out. You and Tack are amazing together. I mean, so far today, yeah, the Chiefs are punting it for the first time all game. Voted this game due to you wanting to watch the Ravens? Oh, I see. So the other Cardinal game didn't get picked. Okay, I see. Can the Raiders make it a non-sim before halftime? It's kind of sad that that's their goal right now. And the answer is probably going to be no, because Colbert doesn't look like he can throw. And right as I say that, he actually completed a pass. Has Calvin Ridley even done anything today? Calvin Ridley hasn't had to do anything. Because Tack Shoddy's been making all the plays. And Kenyon Drake had that long touchdown.
That's good for a Las Vegas.
If the Raiders score a field goal, it's still a 3-possession game, keep in mind. That should have been intercepted. That was right in his hands. Jeez, how do you not catch that? I didn't know Eric Ebron played linebacker, too. Okay, there's a nice throw for the X Factor. Gregory Chance. Raiders have to call their final timeout. Oof. Ridley plus Shoddy is deadly even though Calvin's like 28. Yeah, but since there's only 3 more years of OFL, the last year Calvin Ridley's going to be 30. That's not that old. So Calvin Ridley still has a lot of time to be good. Japanese and Korean signings in the MLB are, I don't know about 95%. I mean, a lot of them don't work out. How's that Padres guy doing? Ha-Sung Kim, is that his name? I know that really good Japanese guy the Rays signed last year didn't do it that well.
Complete to number 41.
I mean, Shohei's not a bust. Shohei's might be the MVP right now. Oh, boy! Brandon Ayuk to the 2. Raiders are going to have 1 play to run. Coburn on first and goal. Incomplete, but there's still 3 seconds. They have to go for this. They could kick the field goal, but it's still a 3-score game. I think they should go for it. Yeah, they're not. That doesn't surprise me. But it's still a 3-possession game. The Raiders needed a big play, and they're going to kick the field goal. That is weak. Since it's a 3-possession game, that means we will start the second half simming. If the Raiders make it a little bit closer, we'll hop back in. But if not, the rest of this one is going to get simmed out because this has been an absolute blowout. 194 passing yards for the Chiefs. Okay, can I please leave the screen? I don't want to see the screen, EA. Thank you, EA. Alright, we're going to start fast. We'll go to the next quarter. We can always cancel at any point. Okay, the Raiders score a touchdown. Alright, it's 21-10. We'll go normal. If the Raiders make it a 1-score game, we'll hop back in. The Chiefs have the ball. They have it close to the red zone, too. Or no, they don't. That's the other side. Can we watch the Cardinals game since we didn't finish this one? No, we're only doing one per week, but the people wanted this game, and the people probably regret it. The Raiders score here. We'll hop back in. 4th and 2. I imagine they're going to go for it. They get it. 6 yards for Rosenthal. Yeah, they're probably going to score. Now at the 3. Alright, it's 21-16. We'll hop back in. See if the Raiders can complete the comeback.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Oh, they're going for 2. Yeah, that is a smart call. Coburn incomplete.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is
Look, Coburn had a really good second half in the sim.
Chiefs 21.
The Chiefs should still win because the Chiefs have been the better team and watched. So, but let's see if the Chiefs' run game can be consistent here to finish it off. That's the question. I don't think anyone's worried about their passes. Ichiro and Shohei are the only two. I wouldn't say they're the only two. I mean, Yu Darvish is good. Masahiro Tanaka had some good years. So I'd say it's definitely more than just Ichiro and Shohei. Lucario's wanting 2 first. If I needed a quarterback that badly, I would be happy to trade 2 firsts for Small. Unless they were like 2 absurdly good firsts, then maybe not. But I don't think that's super unreasonable.
The pass. Zadarius Smith on the stop.
Your Cardinals win these next 2 weeks, you'll have your own tier in the OFL. Probably.
At the 25-yard
Especially if the Caps fall back down to earth. Then you guys will be on your own team. I might want to do power rankings after this stream. That might not be a bad idea. Now that we're far enough in the season, I feel like. Or at least after this stream, we'll be far enough in the season where we have like an accurate representation and we know how good these teams are. If you can get some more watch games like this, you might win the division. I mean, if the Chiefs keep playing well, they're going to keep going on the pole. I don't know if that'll be enough to beat us, but that should certainly be enough to make the playoffs. David DeCastro is hurt, and the Raiders get the stop. The Raiders can actually win this game. I do not trust Coburn to drive down the field in a watched game. He did in the sim portion of the second half, but now that we're watching him, I don't really trust it.
The Raiders take over.
These are 2 tough games. Yeah, I would predict that the Cardinals probably don't win both of them. I have to think the Thunderbirds somewhat come back down to earth, and the Ravens have been arguably the best team in the AFC this year. So, why is DeCastro kneeling if he's in? Because this game is dumb. And they have stupid cutscenes for when players get hurt that make no sense.
The pass.
Coburn versus the Colts. Yeah, he was really good in that game. You're right. That was an awesome game. That was like the best game of the playoffs other than the Hail Mary. Well, that game was probably better than the Hail Mary game. It just didn't have any crazy plays as the Hail Mary did. But that Texans-Colts playoff game last year was really good.
Intended for Brandon Ayuk.
Where would you guys be in the power rankings? Probably, as of now, I don't know if I would want to overreact because you guys haven't like proven to be good for a long period of time. But I would say probably the bottom portion of the top 10. But still in the top 10.
It's 4th down.
Your Hail Mary was its own OFL ball. 4th and 6. Raiders have to go for it. Your defense on your O-line. Well, your O-line was stacked last year, and you had a bunch of guys retire. Oh, my word! It's caught by Gregory Chance! And the Raiders are winning! What? The Raiders were down 21-3 going into halftime. They did really well in the sim, and then on 4th down, Colbert just launches a prayer, and it's caught by Chance for the lead. Oh, my goodness. That is a mossing for Gregory Chance, the 4th round X Factor. Holy smokes. I hope on your bingo card you didn't have that the Raiders would be down by 18 and come back and win at any point. Ooh, they do miss the 2-point conversion. So a field goal can win it for Kansas City. He got mossed by a white guy. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Cobra needs to be canceled. Well, I mean, you don't normally see white guys getting mossed. He's not wrong. Let's be real. He's not wrong, and it's not offensive, so. Harnessing their inner Falcons, yep. Chiefs really pulled off in Atlanta, but the Chiefs can still win. All they need is a field goal. And the Chiefs' offense here in the watched portion of this game has been really darn good, especially when they've been airing the ball out. So I'm confident that the Chiefs can come back and win, but I also said that I was confident that the Raiders wouldn't score, and look at me now. The Colbert longest throw prop bet was just completed. How long was it? 71 yards. Yeah, Scuda had 2 50-plus yard passes, but I don't think any of them were from 71 yards out. So that play single-handedly won him the prop bet. I forgot to bet, and I wish I did, because I totally would have betted Colbert would have the longest throw. I mean, all you guys need is a field goal. It's not like you need to drive 76 yards down the field. But if Scooter's going to be throwing checkdowns, so that might be a problem. Chiefs have been best when they're going deep. That needs to be the strategy here, right? Or just launch super quick passes as soon as the ball is snapped. But hey, that time it actually kind of worked. I think that's Calvin Ridley, who finally shows up to the stadium. Another gain of 10 for the Chiefs. Okay. They're only around, I would say, 15-ish yards away from field goal range. Tack shot, he's up to 7 catches for 149 yards. Jeez. They harness fair and learner Atlanta sports team. It's not just the Falcons. Georgia's done it. The Braves have done it. And the Hawks are just the Hawks. The Hawks don't put themselves in situations to choke because they're never good enough. Sorry, Hawks. What overall, Scuda? Probably like a 75-ish? 3rd and inches, an easy throw. That'll put him in field goal range. Who is the Chiefs kicker? I have no clue. I know they have, no, they have Rodrigo! Oh, there's no way the Chiefs are missing a game-winning field goal. They have Rodrigo. They have 4 eyes. He didn't specify which Nick had to complain. Oh, yeah, Nick never specified that. You could bend the rules there, because he never did. Let me see specifically what he said. Nick complains about EA 5 times. He never said which one. Never said which one. 3rd and 4. Raiders pretty much have to get a stop, and they don't. That's the game. Yeah. Why would the Chiefs go no huddle? Remember when Toronto went no huddle with 30 seconds left and scored in the playoff game? We all know what happened after that, and Toronto ended up losing. Scuda then gets sacked. They're definitely not out of field goal range, but they can't make any big risks. The only way the Chiefs lose this game is if they turn the ball over, or if they run like another 2 plays and EA just doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage in time, which is very possible. They need to kick the field goal right now. Oh, they still have a timeout. I thought they didn't. Okay, yeah, they're kicking the field goal now. Okay. Scuda is better than... I wouldn't say he's better yet. This year, so far, probably Scuta's been better. Here's Rodrigo Blankenship. 4 eyes for the win. It is good. The Chiefs up by 2 with 5 seconds left. If there's anybody you want throwing a Hail Mary, though, it is Zachy and Koger. So the Raiders have to make sure that they are down before the clock hits 0 so they get a Hail Mary. Okay, I kind of want to see Kober launch a Hail Mary. Please get tackled. There's still 1 second. I thought the clock was going to run out. Yes, we got a Colbert Hail Mary, and if it's successful, it would be a 69-yard touchdown. Oh, baby. Colbert for the win. Heaves it off his back foot. Got it the distance. And I believe it's intercepted. Yes, by Julian Blackman. So the Chiefs hold on. Wow. Colbert launched that off his back foot, and it traveled like 70 yards in the air. That's why he's the Hail Mary GOAT. But Kansas City does win. The Chiefs dominated in the first half to where we did not watch most of the second half. But the Raiders made it interesting. They took the lead, but the Chiefs drove down the field and won it. The Raiders fall to 1-4. The Chiefs improved to 3-2. Wow. What a game. I mean, we didn't watch a decent chunk of it, but still, what a game. This game was worth it now, yes. The first 3.5 quarters were not super exciting, other than Scoota's 2 bombs, but that ending was really good. You completed the prop bet, you get $5. Totally didn't rig it, but I will count it. So, Colbert appeared to have done really well in the sim. Not really as much of a watched. Scoota, though. He cooked. 18-28, 331, and 3 touchdowns for Scoota Young Jr. C. Bush scored twice. Nobody really ran the ball all that well, though. C. Bush led the game in catches. Nice performance from the rookie Tack Shoddy, 7 for 149, and a score. Gregory Chance played well, too. Max Williams scored, and Kenyon Drake had that long touchdown. You lost a prop bet? I would have bet yes for, like, $5 there. Javon Hargrave had 4 sacks. What? I thought he had, like, 2. Okay, that's a lot of sacks. I didn't realize he had 4. Good Lord. That might win Player of the Week. The Chiefs could have the Offensive Player of the Week, and the Raiders could have the Defensive Player of the Week, which is kind of ironic, since they played each other. I don't think I have to do anything. So we can sim. Tack already has 3 skill points, too. Wow, he's going to be an 82. Who's my top 5 quarterbacks in the OFL? In no order. Smirnov, Wentz, Chip. I have to see the stats real quick. And then we'll sim. Because this is an interesting question. Scooter leads the league in yards, but that's because he's played more games. Because he's played 5 and everyone's played 4. Maybe Mahomes. I'm not ready to say Daniel Jones. Yeah, I would probably put Mahomes in the top 5 and Jordan Love. So the 5 guys who were the MVP candidates last year, pretty much. Huh. You want to see what Dak does? I'm curious about that too. When do we do upgrades? I'm going to have that mid-season. One new injury. Who got hurt? Oh, torn labrum for David Castro. That's not good news. Sim time. Want to see the Chargers-Chiefs game? When do they play? That game will definitely be on the poll. Absolutely. IT's first game against his old team. Oh, that's this week. Oh. Huh. Well, I guess it did get enough votes. Because I definitely would have had that one on the poll. It's not? I didn't include it on the poll. What? Why not? I'm dumb. How did I not include it? I totally missed it. That's my bad. That game probably wouldn't have got enough votes since we already watched the Chiefs, but, geez, why didn't I put that on? Looks like the Chargers and Diablos both won, so that's fun. Scuba might get in the combo if he keeps playing well, then yeah. The Colts have lost another one. They are 1-4. Look at all the points they're allowing. 31, 24, 38, 31. So it's clearly the defense that's been the issue for Indy, not the offense. Goff was fine. Garoppolo's been great this year. As have the Saints. Yeah, Apple needs some defensive help because it ain't Saquon's fault. And it ain't Godwin's fault. Darius Slayton scored 3 times. Yeah, this Colts defense is not good. They let Colbert carve them up in a watch game in the playoffs last year. That should tell you all you need to know. Cougars lose again to the Bengals. Really? Did not see this coming. 24-28. Romer with 369 yards. Nice. Lamar with a busy game, too. Wonder if the Colts will sell at the deadline. They probably should. I don't think Indy can get back in it. They're 1-4. Wow, Jimmy Conley, hello. Big week for the rookie receivers so far. Conley with a big game. Obviously, we saw Tack Shot. He dominated. I see 2 interceptions for someone. Is that C.J. Mosley? 3 sacks as well for Eric Armstead, too. Wow. Huh. Dallas beats the Lions. I told you guys the Cowboys are going to be good this year. They had a weird start, and then they got shut out by the Bulldogs last week. But they rebound and beat Detroit 35-14. Matt Woodard with 3 touchdowns. Said the 49ers will win because your division lives off the blood of the other divisions. I wonder how the Niners are going to do with Justin Herbert now. That's going to be interesting. Tyreek Hill with a solid game. Jarvis Landry with a nice performance. Mark Blaylock, Ricky Seals-Jones, Tajay Sharp all score. Hope the Texans are doing horrible after taking your free agency targets. They've been up and down. 24-21, a little bit close there, but I'm not going to complain. A win's a win. Bills aren't any good, though. Stafford was fine. Chip was pretty mediocre. He wasn't all that good. Nobody really ran the ball well. Mari Cooper played well. Touchdowns for Hawk, Sutton, Deontay Harris. A lot of sacks. Okay, that's good. I see a 4.5 in there for Myles Garrett. 1.5 for Devin White. An interception for rookie Caleb Hughes. Dolphins win their first game with the quarterback change. 28-10. It seems like Aaron Rodgers might be the propel that this team needed with Riley Painter getting injured. Yep, 3 touchdowns. Kenneth Hawthorne has been pretty bad so far. Keith Priolio has been noticeably better than Kenneth Hawthorne. You have to play against the Diablos again? Yeah, we play each other twice. That's how the division works. Morales, 2 yards per carry. Why is Jose Morales so bad in Sim? In the watch game, he was incredible. But in the Sim, he sucks. Huh. Who is this Christian Blake guy, and why is he so good? Because this is not his first good game this year. Hawthorne has been a busy bust. I know you mean bust. I wouldn't call him a bust yet because it's only been 5 games, but he is not good. He has not looked good at all. Eagles finally win. They beat the Caps. No way. The winless Eagles beat the undefeated Caps. Didn't this happen last year too? Wasn't the Caps' first loss against the Eagles? Hold on. No, wait. Who was Columbus' first loss against? It was like week 9. Didn't they lose to the Eagles, who were really bad at the beginning of the year last year? Hold on. I'm super curious now. No, they lost the first game to Toronto. But I feel like they lost to the Eagles at one point last year. I could have sworn they did. If you lose, yeah, you're the last undefeated team. At the moment. Austin Buckley was solid. Wentz was not good. I mean, he wasn't terrible, but he wasn't great. Todd Gurley was pretty quiet. Andy Isabella with a nice game. So, is there anybody who's winless? Hold on. I think there was 2. I forget who the other winless team was. It was the Eagles and it was somebody else. Who was it? I am now a curious boy. It was New England. New England hasn't won a game this year? I knew they were bad. I didn't realize they were that bad. Good God, they're 0-5. I thought they had like 1 or 2 wins, not none. Huh. 42-12. Wait, the Niners played the Ravens this week? This is news to me. Why don't we watch this? These 2 teams just made a gigantic quarterback trade and they played each other right away. How did this game only get 3 votes? Huh. Well, Justin Herbert beats his old team, and Dak Prescott loses to his old team. I didn't even realize that. Whoa, Justin Herbert threw 4 touchdowns. Dak was good too. But Justin Herbert got revenge on his old team in a big way. Jake Fromm, the Diablo legend, also threw a touchdown, for what it's worth. Whoa, that's a lot of tackles for Jordan Jenkins, of all people. 2.5 sacks for Preston Smith. An interception for Trey White. Yeah, I did not realize these two teams played against each other. Huh. Jags beat the Bucks 31-14. Jacksonville appears to be legit. Joe Burrow is back, baby. 3 touchdowns. Jordan Love, 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He was not very good. McCaffrey scores twice. David Njoku with 2 touchdowns for Jacksonville. A lot of sacks again. There have been so many sacks this week. There's a big 3 for Chase Young. How many players have gotten more than 2 sacks? Like, it feels like 10. Actually, 1 vote, not including me in the starting vote. Thanks, Ian. Ian knew what was up. Jets had a bye week. Lions lost. Packers lose to the Sentinels. Orlando's not that bad. I thought they were going to be worse, to be honest. Wherever the NFC West leaves its bubble, it's an invasive species. It ravages everything and imbalances the ecosystem. That's a good way of putting it. Wow. Sam Darnold has been really good. His team has been awful, but Sam Darnold, with a bunch of nobodies on this offense, has been absurdly good. Tua's been solid, too. He threw 3 touchdowns as well. Dalvin Cook was okay. Dalvin Cook is the only player with a string of talent on this offense. Or maybe this team in general. Because if Quinn Waters is getting 100 yards a game, there's a problem. So I've got to say, I'm very surprised that Sam Darnold's been this good. Carolina had a bye week. New England sucks. The Raiders kind of suck. Rams beat the Bulldogs. The red-hot Bulldogs, 28-21. The Bulldogs have allowed like 28 points through the first 4 games, it feels like. Now they allow 28 today. Both quarterbacks were pretty good. Watson threw under 50%, though. That's how Darnold's going to look with the Panthers next year. Who knows? Maybe. Devin Singletary. Wow, have yourself a day. So the Rams are what? 3-2? I wonder if the Rams are going to make the playoffs. This team isn't half bad. I mean, Keith Priolio is clearly the best. Well, I mean, Daniel Romer III has been pretty good. Priolio's been the best first-round quarterback. We'll put it that way. Because Kenneth Hawthorne sucks. Did we see this one? No, we did not. The Snowhawks beat the Steelers 38-34. Beating an NFC West team is an accomplishment, yes. And the NFC West is 3-0 at the moment. Because the Snowhawks won, the Rams won, the Niners won. It's down to Arizona. Kyler played really well. Mookie Gray was solid. He threw 3 touchdowns, but also 2 interceptions. Nick Chubb was fine. Mike Evans was pretty good. What's the Snowhawks record? Like 3-2, or is it 2-3? They are 3-2. What are the Steelers now? 1-4. Okay. The Steamers had a bye week. Oh boy, the Texans got smoked by the Chargers. Didn't Houston? Weren't they one to allow 52 to the Cougars? No. Okay, I don't know why I thought that. That was somebody else. But wow, the Chargers have look at the amount of yards the Texans had. 53 passing yards. I am ready to say that Zacchaeus Colbert is better than Russell Wilson. He completed 6 passes. Zacchaeus Colbert is better than Russell Wilson. I'm sorry, it's true. I did not think I would be ever saying that. But Russell Wilson sucks. And Zacchaeus Colbert does not. May have not had a quarterback spend more than a year with your team. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Excuse me. Isaiah Thomas threw 3 touchdowns. Jeez. Yeah, Naruto, you need a new quarterback. Russell Wilson is not it. How can he be that bad? It's Russell Wilson. I don't get how Zacchaeus Colbert is so much better than him. But, I mean, it's true. It's not that Colbert's team is any better. The Raiders are 1-4. but at least Cobert's playing well. The Texans are 1-4, and their quarterback is doo-doo. Cardinals are 5-0. They're the last undefeated team. They do beat Toronto, even though the Thunderbirds outgained them in passing and rushing yards by a considerable margin. Thunderbirds are due for a win streak, but your hood-winning streak over the fact that the Thunderbirds are due for a win, well, you guys won, and Alexei Smirnov is still insane. 79% of his passes completed. Whoever controlled Casey before you needs to be abolished from the earth. Kareem Hunt was the leading rusher, not Aaron Jones, but they were both average. So Toronto is now 1-4. Can the Thunderbirds make the playoffs? They pretty much have to go, I would say, like... How would the math work there? They need to go like 8-3 the West of the right to have a chance. I don't really trust the NFC North, though. The Lions and the Steamers are question marks. So Toronto could always win this division with 8 or 9 wins. Come on, Ravens, be the one to end the season, the undefeated season. Titans had a bye week. Bengals won. We might have seen them all. Yeah, we use your Chiefs. That's everybody. Okay, week 5 in the books. Only one team is undefeated and only one team is winless. Cardinals are undefeated, and the Patriots suck balls. Looking at the standings, 3-way tie for the North between the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Cougars. Good week for Cincinnati because they won and everybody lost. The Jags lead the South. I don't think this will be much of a battle because the Texans and the Colts, who were the good teams here last year, they suck. And I don't trust the Titans. So the Jacksonville Jaguars are in a good position here through 4 weeks. Or I guess 5 weeks, but for them 4 games. Jets on top of the East with not a whole lot of troubles. Although the Dolphins could prove to be trouble if Aaron Rodgers keeps playing well. AFC West, Diablos are up a game ahead of the Chiefs, 2 ahead of the Chargers. In the North, the Lions are still in first. In the South, the Saints are still ahead of the Panthers. In the NFC East, Columbus is still up, but the Bulldogs and Cowboys, are right behind. And in the NFC West, the Cardinals are 5-0. Everybody else is 3-2. So that means the NFC's West combined record through 5 weeks is 11-6. That's not how math works, no. 14-6. That's quite good for a division. Yes, Stephon Gilmore is on IR. Players of the week. Justin Herbert, Roquan Smith, Scooty Young, and Myles Garrett. Okay, I know Noob mentioned the sacks. I'm kind of curious to see the sack numbers, actually, because there have been a lot of sacks this year. Let's see here. Who leads the league? Probably Garrett. He is 11? I knew he'd be high up there. I didn't realize he had 11. Good Lord. We'll check by conference. Because the tackles in this game are, like, sometimes don't show. Huh. Alright, time to pick a number between 1 and 2. Siri, give me a number between 1 and 2. Siri picks 1. Who is 1? No, we want league schedule. Who is a road team? Siri picked 1 both times, I think. The Lions, so we will be using Detroit. So yeah, 7.5 for Von Miller is like absurdly good through 5 weeks. But Myles Garrett at 11 is just a crazy outlier. Superstars and Superstar X Factors, we got Khalil Mack, Tyrann Mathieu, and Josh Allen. Superstars, Bakhtiari, Payne, Lane Train, or I guess the Payne Train for the loser of this game. Dawson Nance, Mekhi Becton, Chris Silver, Derek Barnett, Keenan. Oh, Keenan Allen, Superstar. There you go. There's our first hit and dev revealed. A little bit premature, but there we go. Pierre Desir and Whitney Merciless. Look at press releases. Did you go too far? No, you didn't go too far. But I mean, Dak played well, even though you guys lost. Dak threw 3 touchdowns against the Niners. It's not like he played bad. It's just that Justin Herbert was insane. And Justin Herbert's been insane this year. This is about the Cardinals? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's a tall task. Arizona's the best team in the league. Playing the NFC West to strengthen your team. The NFC West could realistically have 4 teams in the playoffs. If you think about it, because the Lions and Steamers are both average. So, assuming Toronto doesn't pick it up, I think only one of these teams makes it. In the East, I mean, yeah, the NFC is too strong. I don't think all 4 teams in the NFC West are going to make it. Because the NFC East is 3 good teams, and the NFC South has 3 good teams. So, of the NFC East, South, and West, of the 12 teams in those divisions, 10 of them are good. The only ones that are not are the Sentinels, who aren't bad, and the Eagles, and that's it. Everybody else is a good team. Is it just you, or the show's menu's unresponsive? What do you mean there, Chief? Daniel Jones with a nice screen. There's a flag. I think that was to Willie Snead. NFC West usually cannibalizes itself. Yeah, those teams have to play each other all year, so those records are probably going to go a little bit worse. Holding on Jawan Taylor. But I don't expect everyone in the NFC West to be over 500 because they're all going to kill each other. So you're right about that. The menus are slow. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'd say that's a fair assumption. Or a fair statement. I don't know. Who is the Lions running back? Because Marlon Mack is hurt. I have no clue who their backup running back is. I guess we'll find out shortly, but not immediately because the Steamers convert there on 3rd down. Having 3 wins in division already makes you feel good about your chances to be over 5. Well, you'll be at least 500, yeah. NFC West is what I call a beat-up division. And the AFC North plays the NFC West because you guys just played the Niners and you play the Cardinals this week. So you press something and it doesn't respond for like 5 seconds. Yeah, MLB show's menus are kind of slow compared to the other games. NL East or AL East? Well, I would say more so the NL East, because the AL East has the Royals who aren't any good. But the NFC West has 4 good teams. The NFC East has 4 good teams, and I don't want to say the Marlins are terrible. They won a playoff series last year. RW is on the block. Who is RW? I don't know who that... Oh, Russell Wilson. Oh, well, that's pretty smart of him, because Russell Wilson sucks. So that's a wise move on his part. But what was not wise was trading Colbert away for like a 2nd-round pick. Beating the Snowhawks, Rams, Thunderbirds, Eagles, Niners. Only one of those games is easy. Yeah, I would agree with that. Thunderbirds are a good team. They're just not winning games. He's old and trash. I mean, he's like a 95 overall, but he just sucks here for whatever reason. Russ should still... I would not trade a 1st-round pick for Russell Wilson. In this league, I would not. After what he did last week, completing 6 passes, I would trade... If I was that desperate, I would maybe trade it to. Maybe. But there aren't really many teams desperate for a quarterback, though. That's the thing. Like, at the beginning of the year, I thought the Packers would be. But the Packers are worse than expected, so they might not be buyers. But Sam Darnold is really good. So, if they were to buy, it would not be for a quarterback, probably. Yeah, he's still a 95 expert. Maybe he would be better in another system, but I don't know. There's just some quarterbacks in this league who are really bad. For whatever reason. You give a 7 for us? I'm sure that would totally get passed. Mark Blaylock is their running back. Yeah, that's not ideal. They are definitely missing Marlon Mack. No, you would not. Yeah, I figured you wouldn't because Darnold's been great. I was referring to the fact that at the beginning of the year I thought that you guys would be in the position to maybe want a guy who's better than Darnold, but Darnold's been absurdly good. So you guys definitely don't need a quarterback right now. Okay, Mark Blaylock must have heard me trash talking him because he has not looked too bad so far. Jameis with a deep ball downfield. It's caught. Okay. His first pass of the game goes for 34 yards. Who is 14? That is Aaron Nash. T. Higgins on the block. If anyone trades for T. Higgins, they're incorrect. And it's not that T. Higgins is bad, but the guy's making a $100 million contract. Smirnoff needs to go stand. He's the runaway favorite through 5 weeks. I mean, it's him and everybody else. We're only a third of the way through the year. He was not in. Why would they challenge that? He was definitely not in. Not even close. Right here. He didn't get one in. Neither of his feet were in. Whoever took wide receiver from you hope your shirt sleeves go down while washing your hands. That would be the Steamers. Because they had Mr. Hardesty. You could use T. Higgins. Yeah, but you guys are already in kind of a bad cap situation, so I don't know if you guys would be able to afford T. Higgins, to be honest. 3rd and 2, it's a sack for Khalil Mack. I think the prop bet was the first sack of the game would be by Josh Allen or Logan Wilson. And it's not. It's by Mack. So the Lions are going to have to kick a field goal. They'll tie it up at 3. Didn't we watch a game between these two teams last year and it was like really good? It was either last year or the year before. And it was a really good game. Might have been last year. I forget who won, but I remember it was like super close. I think the Lions might have won. What's good, Nick? Welcome to the stream. You missed an interesting first game. The Chiefs were up 21-3 at halftime, so we started simming. And then the Raiders took the lead, and then the Chiefs ended up driving down the field and won. You guys did lose in Week 5, yes. The Cardinals are the last undefeated team left because the Eagles beat the Caps. You're going to try to make it somewhat real. I mean, since Smirnoff is a user player, he can go for the minimum if you want. If Alexei Smirnoff wants to go for the minimum, I don't care how realistic user-player contracts are. It does not have to be realistic at all. As long as both sides agree, it could be as low. And for your guys' sake, you probably need it to be as low as possible. We are your... Well, it seems like every team this year, the Thunderbirds play their kryptonite. No, it's EA. Yeah, EA is just real kryptonite. Don't the Thunderbirds have a bye week this week? I could totally be wrong about that. What was the score? It wasn't much of a blowout. Here, let me find it. The Cardinals might have won by like... I just had it. Where is it? It was 21-13. Okay, so you lost by 8. Steamers are moving, and they have the 20 now. Nobody in the NFC North won, though, so I guess to help the Thunderbirds' case, because Memphis didn't play, and the Lions lost pretty badly, I think, to the Cowboys. And the Packers lost, too.
Jones pass intended for Chase Claypool. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20.
Dak may have found lifeless in a dumpster. Oh. Is this too far? I mean, you can pretty much make your storylines whatever you want for the most part. Unless it's, like, offensive to somebody. But, I mean, it's not even like Dak played bad last week. Your defense is why you guys lost the game. So the one game the defense doesn't play terrible, the offense does. Yup. Smirnoff had an efficient game, 221 yards, touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I guess that is kind of a down game for him. F you, Nick, with no K. I was about to say with 1 C. Yeah, obviously there's 1 C. I don't think there's anyone whose name is spelled N-I-C-C. That'd be weird. Fumble! Oh, it's picked up by the Lions! But there's a flag. That was a late flag. That looks like a face mask animation on the Steamers. So it will remain Lions ball, correct? Yep, it was on Anthony Miller, so the Lions now have good field position with it. Well, that's a down week for Smirnoff. That's a good week for 95% of the quarterbacks here, but for Smirnoff, it's not. Which is odd, but that just shows how good he is.
Winston's pass complete to number 86. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
I feel like the offenses have been good this game, even though the scores are low and nobody scored a touchdown. The offenses are doing a good job of moving down the field. Both of them.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
Go Lions!
A gain of 7.
Indubitably. Jameis gonna keep it himself. Look at Jameis! That was a late flag. That's probably a face mask. No, it's a hold. That was an awfully late flag, though. Yeah, I guess it happened later in the play because now it's 1st and 4. This is probably the first time I've ever seen a 1st and 4. Enjoy it while it lasts, fellas. On 1st and 4, they get the first down. At least the Caps lost, so you can laugh at Boomy for. You mean Jax? Yeah. That's pretty sad losing to the Eagles. The 1 and 4 Eagles play the 0 and 5 Patriots. The ultimate tank bowl. If only the Eagles would have lost this week, though, because then it'd be a battle of the 0 and 5 teams. You'd argue Smirnoff and Chippendale are the faces of the OFL. I'd say that's fair. I don't think that's a bad take. I mean, the two best, probably overall players who have been like drafted not in the fantasy draft are probably Smirnoff and Chippendale. And they were both #1 overall picks, and they were both quarterbacks, and they're both on really good teams. So, and they're both really good players. So I would probably agree with that. Just cruising down the field. No issues for the Lions offense at all today, even with a backup running back. And a quarterback who eats W's for breakfast. They were down. They're in like fringe field goal range. Oh, it's another fumble! And it's picked up by Memphis. Khalil Mack, have yourself a start. He had a sack earlier, and now gets a fumble recovery. He's down. No, that's not going to stand. He looks down. Yeah, they're going to reverse that. If you lose one or the next 2 games, you're selling pieces. That's probably a good idea. I mean, I wouldn't sell your whole team, but yeah, that'd probably be wise. Yeah, he was definitely down. Fumble ball. Need to bring back Devontae and Jack. I mean, with all the money you're going to save by probably not having to worry about paying a quarterback, you should be able to bring a lot of your key guys back. I mean, you definitely cannot let Kamara and Adams go anywhere. Jack, I don't think would be as big of a deal, but he would still be a pretty significant loss, too. 2-minute warning. The Lions are still going to punt it. So the call being reversed just means that the Steamers are going to get worse field position. Yeah, they're about 20 yards back of what they would have been. Hopefully the Buffalo coach lets you get your pick back. Well, you're going to have to... Well, Buffalo's not any good either. So I don't know why they'd want to give up that pick. You got to find a team who maybe has an extra first-round pick who happens to be good. I think you have a lot of contracts signed off the books. Yeah, this year and next year, everybody has a lot of key players they have to re-sign. But on the flip side, the free agency is going to be absolutely stacked. So, if you've been saving your money, it's time to spend this offseason. Probably cut Trubisky to save money or trade him. Wouldn't Trubisky's contract be up soon, though? I would think. Unless you signed him to like a big deal earlier. Really wish EA wasn't full of F-heads. I'm with you. I mean, there's no way you guys should be 1-4, but it's bad. Just need to keep your group together. Yeah, I would say that's going to be the main goal for a lot of people. Daniel Jones with a rocket downfield. He was hit as he throws, but it's still caught at the 13. Look at the clock, though. Look at that clock. It's running. They're going to hold on to their timeout. And they're going to throw a check down because we're playing EA Sports Madden NFL 2021. 8 seconds left. 9 seconds left. They have it for 1. Yeah, they have to run another play, and they have to throw it. They have to throw the ball. Okay, they do not throw. They get sacked by Keenan Ankel, and Memphis is not going to be able to score. I don't think they made a bad decision by not going for the field goal there. I think that's a good call. It just didn't work out. But Daniel Jones should have got rid of the ball sooner. So the play call wasn't bad, but the decision by Mr. Jones was. Tied at 3, both offenses started off good, but not as good as the game's gone along. Imagine if the Chiefs or Bucks with their current roster started 1-4. That'd be kind of sad. You see me an elbow, not so different. For about 8 combined Knicks complaining about EA. I think both Knicks have complained about EA over 5 times. So that prop bet is a definite yes. Jones having bad pocket presence is realistic. You're not totally wrong, but like every quarterback in this game has bad pocket presence, so it's not just the Daniel Jones thing. Which I guess goes for his favor in this league, because if everybody has one of his big weaknesses, then that bodes well for him. Second and 5. I thought for a second the Steamers were on offense because the receiver cut as if he was like a corner there to get the ball. So I thought that was an interception for a second. But since the Lions are on offense, they cannot intercept the ball. There's a nice play. I think that's Nash. Inside the 20. Okay. Here comes the Lions.
A gain of 37 yards. And the Lions first down.
There have been like 3 or 4 red zone trips today, and nobody has a touchdown. That's kind of wild. Just got off work. We get crushed week 5. You did not get crushed week 5. Justin Herbert threw 4 touchdowns against his old team, and you guys ended up beating the Ravens. John Means is a beast. He leads the league with a 2.08. I've heard that John Means is really good in MLB The Show. I had no clue about that until a few days ago, which is interesting. But apparently he's really good in MLB The Show, so. And I don't know if Phil... Yeah, that kind of surprised me today. That doesn't really change anything for his ranking, in my opinion. I still think he should go 3 to the Niners in real life, but that is interesting.
The kick is good. Makes the score Lions 10. Steamers 3.
So we finally have a touchdown. The Lions are now up 10-3. Should have known you can only beat teams not in the NFC West. And the NFC West is even better than this year. Everybody is over 500. And the Cardinals are the only undefeated team left. So, if you thought the NFC West was good last year, it is even better this year. It's kind of like the NFC West in OFL 20. Seems like at every OFL, the NFC West always has to be really good. Illegal block in the back. Anthony Miller has had a few really bad plays today. The Cardinals have transcended their division weakness. If you can beat the 3 teams in the NFC West, you can beat anybody. And the Cardinals have beaten all 3 of them this year. Michael Pittman's had a nice game for Memphis. The exact opposite of last team when you can only beat teams in the NFC West. That's Madden for you. Yep. Madden in a nutshell. Anthony Miller does have over 100 yards. I just said how he's been really bad today, and he has 100 yards through like 2.5 quarters. NFL owners have eliminated overtimes in preseason. I mean, that's not a bad idea. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was like up for vote. I know they like changed the jersey number rule. I don't know how to feel about that because I feel like that's cool, but now everybody's gonna like want single-digit numbers. So like, what if like the first 19 numbers are picked and a quarterback joins that team? What the heck are they gonna wear? Like, if Patrick Mahomes got traded next week, and the first 19 numbers were taken by that team, is Mahomes just gonna wear something like the 40s? How's that gonna work? But I don't totally hate it. I do think it's somewhat cool. Have skill position players wearing single-digit numbers. It's like you found 4 of the 5 Infinity Stones by beating the NFC West teams and the Thunderbirds. I mean, the Ravens are kind of that 5th one, because they're good too. Steamers are driving down the field. Looks like this game is just going to be back and forth. Whatever one team does, the other team's just going to follow.
Jones pass intended for Anthony Miller. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Right there, in the middle, 55. Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
EA helps you find that 4th stone. Well, EA seems to like Noob, for the most part. EA doesn't like a lot of coaches here, but I do think they like him. Not as much as me. I'm EA's favorite.
It's a gain of 5.
Whether I want to be EA's favorite or not, I am. And that's a fact, and I have to own it. Need to harness for Ravens' power to become the first OFL team to go undefeated in the season. I don't know if I go that far yet. Yeah, we've never had an undefeated team, or a winless team. The NFL should really eliminate the preseason in general, or at least cut it to 1 game. Well, aren't this year now that the 17th game is added to the regular season? I think the preseason should be 2 games, because I still think you need to see what some guys are made of, but at the same time, it's already too long as it is. And I think probably within the next like 10 years or so, if they're going to make the regular season 18 games, I imagine they're going to try to make it even again, and then they'll probably cut the preseason down to 2. It's going to feel weird not having 16 games, though. Nobody can go 9-7 unless you go 9-7-1. That seems corny. And before Bacher goes 16-0, only do 1 and done in the playoffs. Bacher goes 16-0, and then he loses on a Hail Mary. That would be kind of funny. I'm not even gonna lie. If your playbook you use for offense, you're one of the more active who put a lot of thought into playbooks. I would say more so, it's just that some playbooks are really good in this game. Like, if you know what playbooks are good in Madden, you're in a pretty good position. That sounds realistic. Then EA wouldn't like Blocker anymore.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
EA is saving that award for you. Yeah, Nick is going to be the first one to go 16-0 and lose in the playoffs at his first game. That would happen. I could totally envision that.
Number 22, the ball carrier, brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Not sure what the Lions are going to do on this drive, but whatever they do, the Steamers are going to do exactly that, because it seems like these teams are just copying each other. Whenever one team scores, the other team scores. Whenever one team fumbles, the other team fumbles. Look at Nash! Inside the 30. Aaron Nash has had himself quite the day today. He has turned into quite the player. Lions could use a young receiver like that. Because unfortunately, I don't think Quintez Cephas is #1 receiver material. You have so much homework, but you have zero effort or energy or willpower, so you sort of just pray it'll miraculously do itself. I feel that. I think everybody's like that. I have stuff I have to do later today, and I just don't feel like it. The T-Birds are like the real-life early 2000s Chargers. Yeah, kind of. I can see that. So good and so close yet so far. '49ers assigned Gallman. That's a nice pickup. Who do they have behind Mostert? Do they still have Tevin Coleman? No, Tevin Coleman I think signed somewhere else. I want to say he signed with like the Texans or something. Do they still have Jerick McKinnon? Not that he can really stay healthy, so I guess Gallman will be the main backup. Jeff Wilson was kind of good last year. The Niners have a lot of like decent players in the backfield, but no one who's like really good. They do have good receivers for Justin Fields to throw to. Wink, wink.
Winston's pass complete to Devin Funches. It's a pickup at 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
2nd and 4 incomplete. This is a big 3rd down. If the Steelers can get a stop here and force a field goal, that'd be quite big. And they don't. Lions get a touchdown, and they're now up 17-10. Fantasy football strategy will be to draft all their backfield players late. I mean, Jeff Wilson was kind of the guy who came out of nowhere last year and had some good games. Mostert was like hurt all year, which I knew very well. I had him on like a bunch of teams. Well, at least you weren't here to witness the score live. The score that you guys lost. Saw someone on Twitter was like, they should put Alex Smith in the Hall of Fame before they put Edelman in. Just like, why would you say something so controversial yet so brave? I think people don't realize that you can have like a really good career without going into the Hall of Fame. Like, you can be a good player for a long time and have a really strong career. That doesn't mean you're a Hall of Famer. If you retire and you've had more than like 2 good seasons, or you made 1 really good play, boom, Hall of Famer. So Memphis is just going to score a touchdown because they're copycats. Is that how this is going to work? 132 yards for Anthony Miller. Alex Smith, not quite a Hall of Famer. Same with Edelman. I would agree there. Alex Smith is definitely not a Hall of Famer. I mean, he had a good career, great story at the end. Doesn't mean he's a Hall of Famer. Edelman has the playoff accomplishments, but I mean, he was never an elite receiver. I don't think he ever hit a Pro Bowl. Not that Pro Bowl should be based on how you measure Hall of Fame status, but it is worth noting that he was never a Pro Bowler. What do you value more, peak or longevity? That's a tough question. Because in the case of someone like Megatron, he didn't have the longevity, but he had the peak. Whereas someone like Larry Fitzgerald maybe was not as elite as Calvin, but he's been good for longer. Of course, I can for the record, don't think either of them should be in, but it's dumb. The Edelman's range nonsense. Is wide receiver wins now a talking point? Because quarterback wins is already dumb as it is. I mean, Edelman won the one Super Bowl MVP, and he made that one catch against the Falcons, but... I mean, if Edelman was not on those teams, there's still a good chance New England probably would have still won the Super Bowl, or at least made it far. I mean, if Julian Edelman's a Hall of Famer, then Wes Welker's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And Wes Welker's definitely not a first ballot guy. So...
The ball carried by number 22.
Eli Manning's a tough one. You think he goes in, but you could see why he wouldn't. I think he probably should. I don't know. That is a tough one. I'm like kind of on the fence for that one. Longevity matters, but you can make up for it by being dominant like Calvin. Exactly. Like Calvin was a first ballot Hall of Famer, and deservedly so. Even though he only played, what, like 9 years, I think? But nobody could stop elite Calvin. He was the best receiver in the NFL for a good 4 or 5 years. And there's never been a specimen close to his status. The DK comparisons are stupid. The Chase Claypool comparisons are even stupider. The only reasonable comparison you can have to Calvin since Calvin is Kyle Pitts. Because there's never been a receiver built like Calvin with the quickness and speed he has. And there's never been a tight end who has the frame and skill set and speed that Kyle Pitts has. So the only person you can compare Calvin to is Kyle Pitts. And Kyle Pitts has never played an NFL game, so you still can't even really reasonably compare them. Never mind that Hines Ward was a Super Bowl MVP and vastly superior to Edelman. Yeah, if Hines Ward is an end, Edelman should not be in the conversation. Which Hines Ward probably should be in. Only reason why you should try in school is to stay eligible for sports. Well, Chief, stay in school, kids. Anytime Stafford threw Calvin the ball, he's catching the ball. And the weird thing about Stafford is he got better once Calvin left. I mean, we always had good receivers around him. And now that Stafford's gone, our receiving core might be the worst in the NFL. But, I mean, he got better. That might just be like him improving with age. But, yeah, Stafford could just throw it up, and Calvin, if there's 3 defenders in the area, it doesn't matter. Have high hopes for Arch Manning. Is Arch Manning like a 5-star? I know he has like 5-star height. Arch Manning will be a member of the Washington Red Wolves. Why don't people like the Red Wolves name? I think that'd be a good name for them. There have been like a lot of stupid names thrown around them, but I think the Red Wolves would be a good name. Ward should be, Torrey Holt should be, Reggie Wayne should be, Steve Smith should be, zero chance. Yes, those 4 guys run circles around Julian Edelman. If those guys don't make it, Edelman should not even be in the vote. Arch is a 2023 5-star? Okay. Washington Warriors or Red Wolves? Warriors isn't terrible. I mean, there are worse names that have been offered, like the Washington Presidents. That might be the stupidest name I've ever heard. Steve Smith is first ballot. You can make the argument. He's definitely a Hall of Famer, but first ballot, I think that's a fair debate. I don't know if I would say he is, but that's a good question. You hate the Hogs? Hogs isn't terrible. I mean, it's not great. The Washington Hogs does sound kind of stupid, but Lions need a better slot. The Lions just have no good receivers at all. I would rather us pick someone like Nico Collins in the second round over Elijah Moore. That just might be that I really like Nico Collins and I think he's real good. But I would almost rather get like a really good outside receiver before a slot. Or someone who can do both like Devontae Smith. Wayne is a Super Bowl champion, 6-time Pro Bowler, first-team All-Pro, second-team All-Pro, 7 1,000-yard season. Well, Reggie Wayne was only eligible this year and he didn't get in. He'll probably get in next year. But he was definitely better than Julian Edelman. Peak Reggie Wayne was nice. Some people on Twitter really think Edelman's better than Holton Wayne because he has more rings. So by that logic, you think Trent Dilfer was better than Moon and Marino. I mean, if that's what they think, yeah. QB wins is a dumb stat, but wins for any other player is even dumber.
That ties the game at 17.
But yeah, QB wins is so stupid. Take a chance on Flash. I mean, I'd be fine with Schwartz on, like, day 3. I don't think I'd use a day 2 pick on him, but maybe in, like, the 4th or 5th round, I wouldn't really be upset by that.
Lions take over 1st and 10. At their own
Steve Smith dominated. Yeah, he was actually kind of good in Baltimore. Smith will be eligible for the first time this year, so, like, obviously he's not in, but he has to be in at some point. Oh, yeah, he would have to get in soon. If not, then you have a very strong reason to riot, because Steve Smith belongs to the Hall of Fame. Jesus, this game is tied. I didn't even realize that with 36 seconds left. Lions have all 3 timeouts. They can win it. If the Rams win a Super Bowl with Stafford, he would be a Hall of Fame. That's an interesting one. He's definitely a Hall of Fame, or a fringe, at least a fringe Hall of Fame talent. I don't know if one Super Bowl pushes him over the edge. If he does really well for multiple years in LA, then yeah, I think he gets in. But if he wins one, I don't know if that's enough. Is Kuechly should make it. Luke Kuechly, I think, was good enough to make it. Like, if Calvin Johnson's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and deservedly so, then Luke Kuechly probably is too. Why would the Lions not call timeout here?
It's now 2nd and 6. At the 40.
Oh, there's still a second left. Typically EA, though. Are they going to kick the field goal?
Intended for number 22. Incomplete.
Nope, they're going to go for the Hail Mary. Why didn't they use that timeout? Yeah, Luke Kuechly's a no-brainer. I think the question with him is he a first ballot or not? There's 1 second. It's tied, so what do? You throw an out route 5 yards downfield. He was the best middle linebacker. I don't know if I'd say he was the best middle linebacker the whole time, but peak Luke Kuechly was nuts. Who wins the toss? Lions win the toss. Tails never fails. Lions chose tails. That's smart. If Julius Peppers isn't first ballot, you should sue Canton. You should sue Canton for all their money and more. Julius Peppers has to be first ballot. How long is the overtime? 5.5 minutes? Yep. So a tie could happen. If no one scoring in 5.5 minutes is pretty reasonable. But I don't think we've had a tie in a watch game in OFL 21. Oh, a fumble on the kickoff! Memphis is going to walk it off! Is the play going to be reviewed or not? Nope. Memphis wins the game. What just happened?
In overtime. Scores Steamers 23.
They're not going to review it.
17.
That is a very Lions way to lose. You are absolutely right about that, Husker. Yeah, the game's over. My mind is blown. Wow. I have to see that replay, see if he was down or not. The Lions would find a way to lose like this. You win the toss, you start with the ball, you can drive down the field, boom, fumble on the kickoff. No review, nothing. Who is 22? Blaylock, the running back. Okay. He's down. He was starting to lose control, though. But right here, nope. The knee hit. That's not a fumble. This is such a Lions way to lose because they lose on a bad no call. He was 100% down. EA Sports for you. The Lions just got robbed. So what? The Lions are now 3-3. I think the Steamers are 3-2. So Memphis is now in first place. Ref ball. It should be EA Sports. It's probably not in the game. Well, I guess there's one realistic thing about Madden. Madden and the NFL are both finding ways to screw the Lions because of the refs. So at least they made that realistic. I gotta give Madden credit there. But yeah, the Lions got robbed. You know this is a video game because the ref screwjob didn't come against Green Bay. That's true. Most of them come against Green Bay. But we've been screwed against other teams, but the worst ones are against Green Bay. Close your PS4. Well, the Lions weren't winning. It's not like the Lions were guaranteed to win the game. Who got hurt? I guess one of these two, because Marlon Mack was already injured. The Saints get screwed nowhere near the amount of times we do. I mean, the no call in the NFC Championship was bad, but the refs hurt us more than the Saints. At least I think. Yeah, it was tied. The Packers lose again. Sam Darnold is literally their whole team. Oh, they only scored 10 against the Raiders. Vegas back in the win column, finally. So Sam Darnold played. He played well and he got hurt. And then Bobby LaMontagne came in and sucked. Yeah, Sam Darnold has been outstanding this year. That 10-second runoff after review, yeah, that one was bad. Like, I wasn't entirely sure if he was in. I don't think that was a bad call saying he wasn't in, but the 10-second runoff was the part that bothered me. And we were 2-0 that year. We were kind of good that year. If we won that game, I think we probably would have made the playoffs. So, yeah, that one was bad. The no defensive pass interference was bad, but New Orleans should have never been in that situation because they could have run the ball. That's true, yeah. Panthers win again, and Houston still sucks balls. At least they actually had over 100 passing yards this time. Hey, Russell Wilson didn't throw an interception. That's an accomplishment for him. He still does not throw over 50%. So we're still in the baby steps phase for Russell Wilson. Just going to assume Mahomes is hurt. I don't think Mahomes got hurt. I don't know why he would have. Ravens card game was close, probably. Wow, JK had a nice game. Brian Edwards, the 100 whatever $million man with a good game. Okay. Trying to make his money worth. Smirnoff makes Russell... Well, Russell Wilson just as bad as it is. Like, Smirnoff being good doesn't make Russell Wilson any better or worse. Russell Wilson just sucks. For whatever reason. I mean, Russell Wilson played a lot better than he did last week, though, to be fair. The Tank Bowl goes to the Eagles, and New England is now 0-6. Mahomes will get injured on the bye week. Kenneth Hawthorne is just not good. He's just not good. He got sacked 7 times, though. I guess you can't totally blame him. I mean, Alpo never invested in the offensive line. Now that the new coach, or I guess the CPU, I should say, they still don't invest in the offensive line. Kenny Orris looked a good game, though. So the Eagles go 2-0 today. Is it enough to... Oh, Jose Bonsuave, 2.5 sacks. The number 1 overall pick has been pretty quiet, but he... Wait. Okay, I have a hypothesis here. Jose Bonsuave's probably played enough downs to have his dev revealed, and now that his dev is revealed, he plays well. That makes me think he probably has superstar X Factor. Yeah, Jose Bonsuave is going to be nuts. So he has to have something really good. I mean, since the stream went a little bit shorter than expected, do we just want to show hidden devs now? Because the first game was the sim. I mean, I have time. The Ravens beat the Cardinals! No way! So Arizona's undefeated season is done. Wow, okay. Interesting. Maybe the Dak Prescott trade worked out after all. Smirnoff didn't even play badly. Smirnoff threw 78%. But wow. Baltimore with a massive statement. I didn't really see that coming. I mean, Baltimore's good, but they've proven themselves here. Baltimore's legit. They're legit. Arizona's still really good. I'm not worried about them. I think they're still the best team in the league. But wow, I was not expecting this. You guys just... Maybe Dak Prescott's your issue, not your division. Saints lose to the Bucs. Tampa Bay needed a win. And they get it. NFC South's shaping up to be really interesting. The Saints and the Bucks are like neck and neck, and the Panthers are a little bit ahead of them. If that was because of a missed PAT, okay, I'll check that. Curtis Diggs scored twice. Mekhi Grimbley, he is really good. Kenneth Murray with 2 sacks, even though he's not really a pass rusher. All right, did the Cardinals miss an extra point to lose the game? Or miss an extra point at any point? I'm kind of curious. Yup, Chris Boswell missed an extra point and they lost by 1. That is depressing. We were on the Sentinels. They lose to Indy's back on the win column. I mean, the AFC South isn't that spectacular. So maybe the Colts can make something interesting. Roger McCreary is a top 10, 20. I have no clue who that is, so I can't confirm nor deny. Cut Boswell. Jared Goff has been good in this episode. Or this stream, not this episode. Saquon with another good game. Cut him now. Well, with that logic, because in the Jags episode yesterday, we lost by 1 because Volker missed an extra point. So with that logic, the Jags should cut Volker. But I know Nick wouldn't want us to do that, right? Darius Leonard with 2 picks. All right, hold on. Let me make a brief little announcement that we're showing devs. I did not mean to press circle. Hold on. All right, there we go. So now it is, hold on. Now it is in the Discord. Okay, so the announcement is there. Oh, Cobra really got us again. Cobra really did that again. He disguised himself as the Texans and put those guys on the trade block. Why did I fall for that? We want team schedule. Hold on. I had no. I thought that was Naruto. I assumed Naruto did it. That was sport of Naruto because Russell Wilson sucks and T. Higgins is overpaid. Who were we on last? We were on the Sentinels, I think. Yeah. Columbus loses again. Okay. Portland put up all 24 points in the 4th quarter to win the game. So it was 7-0 after the 3rd. Did you win? The answer is no. You guys lost. So it seems like the Caps start the year off really well, and then they kind of go back to earth. TJ Watt has 9 sacks this year, though, I think. Steamers obviously won. Steelers are 1-5. Steelers has just not been good at all in OFL 21. They've been one of the few teams who's been like consistently bad since the start. Both quarterbacks were pretty mediocre. Joe Mixon and Carrion both scored. Jimmy Conley with another nice game. Jimmy Conley is legit. Maybe he has a good dev. Wesley Gary is also really good. This receiver class is nuts. There are so many good rookie receivers. Tak Shadi is really good. Mekhi Grimbley is really good. Probably a few I'm missing, too. Jair Alexander with 2 interceptions. Texans, we know they lost. Toronto to bye. Jags are 4-1 now. Yeah, the Jags are so far the only good team in this division, unless the Colts can start to pick it up. Another 3-touchdown game for Joe Burrow. Alexander Madison has been actually surprisingly pretty good this year. David Njoku with 4 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks. He's been their best playmaker over Jerry Jeudy and Justin Jefferson. Cobra is dressing up as Naruto to cut Wilson. Okay, we can't be making pretend cuts. Alright, Naruto's probably super confused. Noob just cut Chris Boswell. F it. Hold on. Hold on. I am claiming Chris Boswell. You all had an opportunity. Actually, I don't want Chris Boswell. I'm going to delete that. I don't want Chris Boswell. All right, there we go. Back to business. Did Naruto say no? Hold on. I have to see this. Haha. He did. Okay. Cobra's getting funny, but one day I'm actually going to cut some. Why are the Bengals good? 28-23, 28-24, and 28-21. Oddly identical. Cincinnati is 4-2. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Lamar Jackson has actually been pretty good this year. For the first time in OFL 21. Justin Herbert certainly took a step down. Maybe Boomy didn't make a bad move after all. Maybe. And the AFC North has 3 good teams. Am I ready to say the Bengals are a good team? Because I've been super low on the Bengals throughout all of OFL 21, but I think it might be time to say that they're actually kind of good. What, EA? Cincinnati is not an NFC West team. You shouldn't be losing to them. The Bills win. They beat Dallas. Huh. Why is Dallas like the most team that's like so hard to predict? Whenever you think they're going to lose, they win. Whenever you think they're going to win, they lose. Dallas loses to sucky teams and they beat good teams. Hello, Stafford. 4 touchdowns. But Dallas is just like so on and off. I just don't trust them. They can be good and they can be... They're just confusing. 2 touchdowns for Gil Fishman. I wonder what his depth is going to be. Sly or Fairbairn, you're going to need to list a name there, Chief. Doesn't really matter which one. Isn't Joey Sly on the Chargers, though? Yeah, Joey Sly's on the Chargers. The Bucks, we know they won. The Bulldogs had a bye. Caps lost. Cardinals lost. Chargers go 2-0 today. Okay. Maybe the Chargers are actually kind of good. They beat the Chiefs. Scooter outplayed Isaiah Thomas, though. That is significant. IT with that nice passer rating, though. So the Chargers got the win, but Scooter was the better player. So who gets the upper hand here? I would say Scooter does. The win is nice, but Cam Akers ran for 129 yards on 8 carries, so it's probably more so Cam Akers. Would you agree that Zach King-Cobert has been an MVP player? I wouldn't say MVP, but he's been good, and he's better than Russell Wilson. So he has that going for him, even though his team only has 2 wins. 2 sacks for Frank Clark and an interception for the rookie Dante Doolittle. Chiefs obviously lost. Colts won. Cougars won. Dallas lost. We had a bye week. Dolphins lose to the Jets, but they do score 35, so it's not Aaron Rodgers' fault. Matt Ryan threw 4 touchdowns, that's why. A-Rod threw 51 passes. He was really good, though. So the Jets are now 4-1. Jose Morales wasn't as bad as he's been. Nick Chisholm scores twice. A.J. Brown with a nice game. Deontay Johnson scores. Galladay scores. Dallas Goedert, Xavier Leslie, and Nicholas Davidson all played well. Sonny Michel also scores. Chiefs won the Isaiah Thomas. So far, the Chiefs have won the trade, yes. Joey Bosa with 2 sacks and no interceptions. The Bulldogs' record, I think they're 3-2. Right? Yep. So you guys are still winning the division, but it's getting close. Eagles won, Niners lost, Jags won, Jets won, and that brings us to the Lions. Does anyone know when the Raiders' bye is? Let me see. Texans are the best at losing. Your bye week is week 8. Dolphins had the offense of the Packers and the defense of the Lions. Yeah, pretty much. They had 11 Jelani Tavais on the field. That's why they lost. So no more undefeated teams. The Patriots are still winless, though. AFC North. This is proving to be a really interesting division. The Ravens, Cougars, and Bengals are all 4-2. AFC South. The Jags lead that comfortably. The AFC East. The Jets lead that one pretty comfortably. In the West, we are a game ahead of the Chargers, Chiefs, and Raiders, making it interesting. Look at the points scored. We've scored 147, and the other 3 teams have scored 146. That's funny. Why did we make all of our extra points? If we had missed 1 extra point, we would have all scored 146. That'd be funny. No Jelani Salamis allowed. The Steamers lead the North. How many wins? You guys are 1-5. Because Russell Wilson sucks. The Panthers are 4-1. Saints and Bucks close behind. Caps still lead the East, but they do go 0-2 today. Eagles went 2-0 today. What an odd day for the NFC East. The Cardinals lead the West. Everybody here is still at least 500. What are the current seedings? Jets 1, Diablos 2, Jags 3, Ravens 4, Cougars 5, Bengals 6, Chargers 7. And the Chiefs are the only team at least 500. In the NFC, the Cardinals are 5-1. They're the 1 seed. Panthers 2, Caps 3, Steamers 4, Snowhawks 5, Saints 6, and Rams 7. So the 3-2 Bucks, 3-2 Bulldogs, and all these 3-3 teams are not in. Need to change. Well, maybe it's not just the scheme. I mean, your best healthy receiver is like a 70 overall. So, I mean, your offense is not very talented outside of the backfield. Your offense isn't why you're losing games, though. I guess Stephon Gilmore being injured is one of the main reasons why. Players of the week, Jordan Love, Carlton Davis, Matt Ryan, and Darius Leonard. Your division is like knowing a girl with herpes and no one wants to be in it. That's so true. I don't want stats. We want to see injuries, the schedule for weeks 7 and 8, and then devs. Yes, devs. Jags Bengals is actually kind of interesting now. Colts Panthers isn't bad. Diablos Chiefs is pretty good. Cardinals Niners. Can we please watch a Cardinals game sometime? Cougars Rams is a good game. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Okay, not a ton of options, but there are some good ones. Week 8, Cardinals Rams is good. Chargers Chiefs. Okay, this could be the Chargers Chiefs game that we watch. Packers Niners is interesting. I want to watch the Packers this year. I want to see Sam Darnold on a watch game. Decided not to cut Boswell. Okie dokie. Make sure you delete your message, otherwise I'll probably forget. What else is interesting here? Caps Dolphins, maybe? I don't know. Cougars Diablos is a good game. Bucks Lions isn't bad. Jags Saints is a good game. Steamers Thunderbirds is kind of interesting. But real Naruto put Wilson on the block. Okay, for his sake, good. Let's see the injuries. Let's see if there's anything big. Tyler Boyd tore his Achilles. That feels new. That's a big deal. Okay, no more Tyler Boyd for Carolina. Chandler Jones tore his tricep. I don't think that was there. That's a big deal. Chase Claypool with a torn labrum. That happened in the game we watched. Anthony Harris hurt. Grant Delpit, I think, was already injured. Whoa! Reggie Peters is out 10 weeks. That is significant. Partial ACL tear. He will be out for pretty much the rest of the year. Except for, like, the last, like, game or two. EA finds a way to screw Nick. Wouldn't you know it? Malcolm Tremblay broke his foot. Okay, that's interesting. I think Joe Tooney was already hurt. Deion Jones out 3 weeks. Will Bolden out 2. I don't remember those being there. Why do we never have anyone get hurt? I don't remember the last time we've had someone injured. EA does not give me injuries. Jaquan Gore is out 6 weeks. What is his injury rating? He got hurt last year, too. 83. So if a really good quarterback and a really good running back in FG's first class cannot stay on the field, Riley Painter and Jaquan Gore cannot stop getting injured. All right, now time for hidden devs. All right, which way are we going to go? I don't know. We'll start with the Lions because we're already on them. We already know Keenan Ankel because we saw that. He is superstar. Yeah, he is quite good. Anyone else who has hidden? I don't think so. Chris Silver at Superstar from last year. Packers. Matty McDavid had hidden. He is star. Okay. Anyone else? I don't believe so. If there's anyone who you know is hidden who I missed, feel free to let me know. Because I don't remember everyone who has it. You took Painter off the board because of injury concerns, obviously. Award races aren't here until week 9. Otherwise, I would. Carolina had one. Rogerio Christmas had hidden. He is star. Okay. So, star for Christmas. Did Gary Rutland have a dev? No. Did you get any hiddens? Yeah, the Raiders always get super lucky. I think they did. Trey Storm had hidden. What does Trey Storm have? New England could use some luck. Because their season's been about as bad as it could go. Superstar. Okay. And what about Kenneth Hawthorne? This is an interesting one because Hawthorne's been very underwhelming so far. Not Ernie. I don't want to see Ernie. I want to see Hawthorne. Hawthorne's like 24, I think. He is old. If Kenneth Hawthorne has X Factor, that'd be kind of funny. Scuda has Superstar. Kenneth Hawthorne has Superstar Dev, even though he definitely doesn't play like it. But both of New England's hidden have Superstar, so at least they have that going for them, even though their team is cheeks. Raiders. Their oldest player is 31. Did they have any hiddens? Barney did. Barney Stapleton. He is Star Dev. A lot of stars so far. No X Factors yet. Mitch had normal, I think, yeah. Anybody else? I did not mean to go back. You missed it? Yes. You missed a very interesting game. So, your game against the Lions went into overtime, and the Lions started with the ball, and then you guys forced a fumble on the kick return and returned it for a touchdown. But after we saw the replay, it wasn't a fumble, but they never reviewed it. So, EA pretty much handed you guys a win. Maybe that means the other rookie quarterback has X Factor? Possibly. So far, I think it's been one X Factor quarterback per year, because last year it was Woodard, the year before it was Painter. So I guess we'll find out now with Keith Priolio. What dev does he have? What's good, Ian? Welcome. You came at a perfect time, because we're about to see what dev your quarterback has. He has Superstar X Factor. How about that? Boomy said he was going to get the Canadian, and he didn't. Barney Stapleton at star. So, yeah, there's your X Factor quarterback for this class, Keith Priolio. I don't think the Rams said any other hiddens. Ravens, they might have had a few. Cody Cantrell, he had hidden. Rams definitely won the Herbert trade, and Herbert's not even on the Ravens. So essentially, the Ravens pretty much traded Keith Priolio for Dak Prescott. That looks like a pretty bad trade in hindsight for Baltimore. Cody has star. Was that Boomy's only hidden? I mean, the Ravens had like no mid-rounders, so probably. What does Enzo have? We'll find out once we get to the Caps. Did Davion Ferguson have hidden? He did not. Saints. Mekhi Grimbley is an interesting one. Because he's been really good this year. He has Superstar. So a lot of Superstars, but only the one X Factor. Anybody else for the Saints? I think this guy might have hit it. I don't know why. No, he didn't. Okay. I don't know why I thought that. Nate had normal, I believe. Yeah. Okay. I don't think FG gave him X Factor. I mean, maybe. Ooh, Khalil Kemp has Superstar. Okay. Yeah, he is a really good football player. Anybody else? Did Vincent... No, Vincent Moore was last year. Isaiah Pryor? No. Alright, that's about it for them. Portland. Andrew Martin was last year. Romeo Chapman has superstar dev. Another superstar. A lot of superstars, but only one X Factor. Max, for an offensive lineman, is superstar, but I mean, he gave Wally X Factor, so. The Steamers! We're going to start off with Tajik. He definitely gave Tajik X. Come on, he has to have X Factor, please. Superstar X Factor for the fullback, Tajik Bradley. So there's 2. Steamers might have had another one. Yeah, they had Georgie who had hit him. Imagine if the Steamers got 2 X Factors. Yeah, in-game Wally is superstar, even though he's listed as X Factor. Hello, Memphis with 2 X Factors. Okay, then. It's been a pretty good day to be the Memphis Steamers. What is good, RMP? Welcome. You guys went 2-0 today, so you guys are 4-1. And Joe Burrow is cooking. Anybody else from Memphis? I don't think so. Duval or normal. So how about the Memphis Steamers with 2 X Factors? Did Blade have it in him? He might have. I don't know. Blade. He had normal. Okay. Steelers. I know Gary had hit him. Gary is really good. So, this could be a good div. I didn't realize he was that short. He has superstar. Another superstar. Yeah, he's 5'8". He's 5'8", 193. Not as small as Tutu Atwell. He was like 5'8", 150 apparently. They announced today. Anybody else here? Gainsworth might have hit it. Yeah, he does. Sorry you didn't show up. You had school and tennis. No problem, Chief. What did Cobra do this time? Oh, he's still putting players on the block. But Naruto did put up Russell Wilson. Yeah, Cobra, don't be putting stuff in, like, trades and stuff. Gainsworth, another superstar. How many superstars are in this class? My goodness. That's at least, like, 9 or 10. Gonna rewatch the stream. Cool, cool. Yeah, your game was definitely interesting. Obviously, the end was quite something. Texans. I don't think they had any high picks. They don't have high picks. They don't have money. T. Higgins' penalty is $84 million. What is his, like, release penalty? It would put them $84 million over the cap. Yikes. I don't think the Thunderbirds had any headings. Yeah, no. Titans. Did they have any? Shamir Thomas, maybe? No? Jeremiah Harris did. Yeah, he's the fast boy. Is FG going to give him... Is FG making Jeremiah Harris the next Tyreek Hill? He has superstar. Everybody has superstar. There's barely any stars, and there's barely any X Factors. It's all superstars. Anybody else here? I don't believe so. Charlie Buckwheat, maybe. No, Charlie is normal. Okay. Bengals. Marcus Mayo, I believe, had normal, yeah. Going too soon? The answer to the bonus is yes. For what bonus? Alright, I think that's it for them. Bills. Caleb Hughes has normal. What about Gil? Gil Fishman has Superstar X Factor. I had a feeling he would. Yeah, this doesn't really surprise me a ton. But he does. So that's 4 X Factors. Remember, there were 10 last year. So I'm still expecting to see a lot. Grubbs had normal. Yeah. Thoughts on Smoke Monday? He is a cool name. Those are my thoughts. Any hits from Bucks? I don't think so. Yeah, Cam Newton was last year. Someone take Russ. I don't. Who would be your starting quarterback, though? Who was the Bulldogs' first pick again? I forget. Oh, it was the D tackle who was normal, Jimmy McKee, but he's really good. He has like 5 or 6 sacks this year. Caps! Oldham had hit, and he was like a 7th rounder. If he has X Factor, that'd be funny. Don't say it, Cobra. Don't say it. Oh, Nick did it for you. Don't say it. No one say it. Oldham is star. Okay, that's not super exciting. If Enzo does not have X Factor, we are rioting. Enzo needs X Factor. Isn't he like 27? He's 26. Okay, close enough. Who was your ever first rounder? Forrester, who is normal. And obviously Tack. Give him X Factor. Come on. Okay. That's not X Factor, but Superstar is, I suppose it's fine. I was hoping for X Factor, though. The Cardinals, Jay Wilbon. He's 5 downs away. Jalen Hurts will, okay, that's interesting. I guess it could be worse. We want Cavs or West? Well, you're getting your wish. Jay Wilbon has star. He was the only one for the Cardinals, I think. Yeah, he was the only one. Chargers. They had a receiver with hidden, didn't they? Michael Flynn? No, he is normal. He is good, though. I don't think we had any hiddens. The Chiefs. What does Tack Shoddy have? He is 7 downs away. Tack Shoddy has star. I thought he was going to be higher than that. He's still really good, but I had a feeling he would have superstar at least. I guess not. Anybody else? Forrester had normal. Does Doolittle have in him? Oh, he did. He has star. Colts. Do they have a hidden? Mahomes was normal, so I don't think so. Cougars. What does DR3 have? What about any of these other guys? Malachi Kidd is hidden. Did the Cougars draft 3 hiddens? Because Conley, I think, does too. Malachi Kidd has star. Okay. What about the other 2? Jimmy Conley. He has star as well. And Daniel Romer III. All these guys are like so close from getting their devs. DR3 has superstar. Another superstar. I think we're still only at like 4 X Factors. Keith, Tajik, Hardesty, and Gil Fishman. That's it. So far. Dallas. Did Ben Jennings have a dev? He does not. Carlton Wheatley, I think, had normal. Yeah. Could have sworn they had a hidden in here somewhere. I guess not. Who is the Fox guy in the Chiefs and why is he so good? I don't know. We did not have the hidden, I don't think. Yeah, no, we didn't. I did not mean to go back. I wonder what Jose Morales is going to have, because I know the Dolphins are next. After us. I think they are. Yeah, after us, it's them. Hopkins, I believe, had normal, right? Yeah. Jose Morales. What does he have? I feel like FG's going to add another X Factor running back. Yep, Jose Morales has Superstar X Factor, so there's another one. I think that was the only one. Leland Riddick, I want to say, had normal, yeah. Eagles. Don't disappoint with Boone Suave. Yes! Jose Boone Suave has Superstar X Factor, as we all suspected. That one's not a huge surprise. So that pushes us up to 6. Weathersby had normal. And I don't think there are any more. Niners. I don't think they had any hiddens. Yeah, no. Jacksonville. Did they have any hiddens? I don't know. Crocker had normal. Van Buren has it, and yes, Simon Van Buren. Superstar. Wow. There have been literally like 20 superstars in this class. I mean, literally. But only 6 X Factors, which is lower than last year's number. Jets, this is the last one. Melvin Kidd has hit in. Will we end off with a bang? Yes, we will. Superstar X Factor from Melvin Kidd. So that pushes us up to 7. Unless I missed someone. Bobby Wilson was last year. I guess that's it. 7 X Factors. Too bad Bonsuave's dad is the Caps. Nope, wrong button. Hold on. Did that just say the Titans re-signed Teddy Bridgewater? Hold on a second. Yeah, just figured I'd point that out. Alright, I guess that'll end the stream. Hope everybody enjoyed. We now know all the hidden devs, 7 Superstar X Factors, and about 15,000 Superstars. No more undefeated teams. The Patriots are still winless. And I guess that will do it. Peace out. Next stream, by the way, will probably be on, I think, Friday.